Hey and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm gonna show you a little bit more about my food, what I eat in a day, and first of all we're gonna go and do some grocery shopping.
Just one glass in, you're already on my mind when it gets...
Okay, so now we are at the grocery shop and we're gonna do some shopping for this week. And first we're starting at the vegetable area.
When it gets late, I always realize that I need you. Are you
Okay, so many of you know, you've seen my meals. I'm not so much for vegetables, but something that I always have at home is some salad. And this is just for a little bit color and taste. I use some different kind of proteins and I sometimes have egg whites in my meal plan. So I both have egg whites and we're gonna go and buy some chicken. Sometimes I'll have meat, but this is one thing I always have at home.
it's late, I always realize that I need you. Are you thinking about me tonight?
So 2 meals a day I have chicken, and we go and shop more than one time a week, so I don't buy for the whole week every time. So now we're gonna have let's see where they have this one, and I'm too lazy to cut up the chicken myself, so I buy it already cut up.
It's no secret, all my friends are...
On my last meal I usually have bread and then I put some light Philadelphia on, and that's mostly for taste, and my calories are so high now, so a little bit extra of this for just taste, that's definitely worth it. So at my last meal with the Philadelphia I have some turkey on that one, so we're having one of those. So one of the most important thing, rice. So this is for 2 to 3 meals a day. I use rice and it needs to be jasmine rice.
Hold it back, I let it show all my feelings.
So the sauce I have to absolutely everything. Ketchup. So that's a must. Peanut butter is also something I use every single day, and that I use as my fat source to my cream of rice.
Think about me tonight. Your hands around my waist, just let the music play.
Water is so important to drink during the day, but I don't like it, so I put some zero in my water, and this one is my favorite taste. Okay, so now we have been shopping a little bit for this week, and as you saw I didn't buy so many things because I have a lot of things at home, but I'm gonna go through what I eat in a day and you will see what I usually eat. So I'm back home from the store, and as I said before, I have many things already at home, so this was just like a small shopping for those things I were missing. But I thought I was gonna go through what I have for different type of sources when it comes to carbs, protein and fat. And so I think we start with carbs. What I use the most is rice. I have rice to at least 2 meals a day, sometimes 3. And the same is with cream of rice. And I love cream of rice. This is something I have in the morning, and I always have it before the gym. So those two are like what I always have. And I also have it sometimes at night, just because I think it's like, it almost feels like I'm eating candy. When I have my isolate to it and I have peanut butter, it feels like a luxury meal, and it takes a little bit longer time to eat. So that's something I eat a lot. I also have bread. The reason why I choose white bread is because it's easier to get it down. I would recommend people that just want to eat healthy to take like the fiber rich bread. I just eat this because I need to eat pretty much at the moment. So when I eat fiber rich bread and I have 4, 5, 6 slices, I think it gets a little bit too much. So I like this white bread as a carb source. And 2 other things I also use is pasta. I think pasta is a little bit easier than rice sometimes to get in when the meals get a little bit bigger. So for example, for my post-workout meal, I have 150 grams of carbs, and I think that's like cooked weight on rice is like 400, 450. So it gets a pretty big volume, and the pasta is way less volume. So I use that sometimes. And actually a new favorite meal that I've done lately is I use tortilla bread and I have chicken and salad in it. So that's something I've been eating a lot lately. So those are the carb sources I use mostly. So let's move over to protein. So for the protein sources, I use mostly chicken, and I also have turkey. So the chicken is usually when, like after the gym or to my meal in the middle of the day between first and my pre-workout meal. So then, and the turkey is the last meal when I have bread. So that's an easy and fast, because I am someone that's really tired at night. So then I don't need to stand and cook. So this is a good option then. To my cream of rice meal, I always have some protein. Either I have whey or isolate. Right now, off season, whey is actually working very well for me. During prep, I always use isolate because my stomach can react a little bit to the whey. But to be honest, the protein from MM Sports, the whey protein powder they have put in extra lactase enzyme. So I'm even during prep, this one works pretty well. So if you have a sensitive stomach, I can really recommend MM Sports protein. All of them are really good. And my favorite tastes at the moment is salted caramel and apple pie. Really good. As I said before, sometimes I have meat, but it's very seldom I actually do meat. It's just like maximum once a week. So besides protein, chicken, I also have egg. And I usually have like 1 whole egg, and then I fill it up with the egg whites. And for the fat sources, I use peanut butter. And I'm gonna show you a little trick I do, because if you love peanut butter like I do, you can't really eat so much of it. It contains a lot of fat and also a lot of calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, for example, you can't blast your meals with peanut butter. But if you hang on to this video, I'm gonna show you what I do to get some more volume on the peanut butter. Other fat sources I use is olive oil, and I also have this spray oil when I cook food. So those 3 fat sources is what I use the most. And as I said before, you know me. If you have followed me on Instagram or on YouTube here, you have seen that I'm not this kind of like having tons of vegetables to my meals. At its max, I have like salad, cucumber. Yeah, and if I'm like feeling for it really, really much, I might have some tomatoes, but it happens like. The salad I actually have when I make the tortilla bread, then it's very nice to have some crisp in it, but otherwise not very much. So I just got these two products from Sports. So for you guys that are like me and are not eating very much fruits or vegetables, these is two products that I really can recommend. So it's a greens powder and red powder. So those two I use in the morning together with collagen and glutamine, also for the stomach health. So yes, and that was what I use as my fat, protein and carb sources mostly. I don't think I missed anything actually, but I will show you now how a regular day looks at the moment, and I'll also show you the macros I have to each meal. Good morning, it's time for meal one and also my morning shake. So I'm gonna start with that, and like I said before, I have the greens, reds, collagen and glutamine. So we're gonna start with that one first.
On you, sweeter than summer wine. Baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it.
And I've already prepared my meal for now, and that is cream of rice, some protein, and also peanut butter. But I thought I was gonna show you what I meant with the peanut butter and bigger volume. So for my first meal, I have 10 grams of peanut butter. So what I do is I take a little cup, I put 10 grams in it. No, sorry, 15 I have. Here. And as you see, 15 grams is not much at all. So what I do is that I put a little bit salt and then a little bit water. Then I mix this together. It's a little bit hard to mix it, so don't worry if it looks weird. Just keep mixing it. And also, it's better to take a little bit water at a time. There. So it is almost like a little watery. And then into the microwave. $15 seconds. So now we got like a half cup of peanut butter, and it's still only 15 grams. Just a little bit extra salt and water. So here we have meal one. Cream of rice, whey protein, and my morning drink. So it's time for meal two. So I'm gonna prepare my chicken. The rice is already finished, and yes, that's pretty much it. It's gonna be rice and chicken.
Hold me tight, like a drug, I am hooked.
I season my chicken with this one. And also a little spray. Oil spray. And ever since I started to work from home, I always, almost always make my food fresh, just because I have time for it and it tastes so much better. So here we have the meal: chicken, rice, and some oil. So just between the meals, during the work, I usually take one of these. So I'm gonna drink this one out and continue work before I prepare my pre-workout meal. So now I'm almost finished with work, but as many of you have seen, if you have seen what I eat in the day before, I usually prepare my cream of rice a little bit before I eat it. So now I have a little break from work, so I'm gonna prepare my cream of rice, and it is pretty big volumes at the moment, and I also like to eat the cream of rice cold and a little bit harder. I don't like this. You have seen tons of different ways to do cream of rice, but I like to make mine with a little bit less water, so it's not so big volume. So I'm gonna make that now and let it stay and be cold. And I have almost all my supplements from Sports. The cream of rice I have now is the cinnamon taste. So this one is the one I like the most at the moment. Sometimes I use vanilla as well, but I like this one way better.
Mental picture in my mind just to keep this moment till the end of time.
So I'm gonna put this one in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and then I prepare the protein paste. Just a little sip of water to so it's pretty thick. And then I put this one in the freezer for around 30 minutes. So by the time the cream of rice gets cold, this one also gets a little bit harder and super tasty. And you saw this morning how I do with my peanut butter. I also make it like that to this meal. So my pre-workout meal is the same as my first meal, but I have a little bit more cream of rice to this meal. I'm just gonna go back to work now and work for a half hour more, then eat, and then go to the gym. So work is now finished for today. So I'm gonna prepare my intra shake before I eat my pre-workout meal. And in my intra shake I have carbs, I have creatine, I have EA, and I have this hydration formula. So this we're gonna blend into a shaker before we eat and get dressed for the gym. So Intra-shake is done, and let's get dressed and eat and go to the gym.
It might be over after tonight. So before I change my mind, your hands around my waist, just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you, sweeter than summer wine.
So just back from the gym, and it was raining like crazy, so I'm totally wet, but I really need to eat my post-workout meal, so I'm gonna prepare that now. And I'm gonna have rice noodles and chicken. Rice noodles and chicken. So now I'm gonna prepare my meal 5, and today I'm gonna eat protein pancakes. This one is from Sports, and at the moment they didn't have any flavors on this one, but usually I have the vanilla flavor. So this one is without taste, so it just tastes like regular pancakes. So I'm gonna make this now, and I'm gonna have some raspberry jam to it and banana.
Baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm...
Meal 5 is ready. I'm gonna put some jam on it and also a little bit of this sugar-free caramel sauce. Time for the last meal of the day and watch a movie.